So, ever since I started my Magic addiction at the start of the year, accumulated a lot of cards, probably more cards than I'll ever use, because when you get into Commander, you look for any jank that can make a fun deck, and so you get a lot of cards that you're never going to use. But one thing I did not consider doing is collecting cards from artists I like. And I didn't realize it, but certain artists I like a lot did Magic cards. So I like D. Eternity art a lot. Reminds me a lot of the books I was growing up with as a kid. All his drawings of monsters and whatnot. It was all very reminiscent for me. But I personally love all of the work that he did for Planescape in particular. So when I thought about it, I never thought about collecting a collage of an artist's work in Magic. I just thought maybe it was a little over the top. But then I realized, hey, I love the look of all these cards, so why not gather them all up? And then on top of that, I've taken the challenge to try and frame all of them into one big frame. He's done 90 cards in total. One of those is a Vanguard card, and I even have that one. I was trying to look up ways that I could put these all in a single frame, but so far it hasn't been very easy. I've never done any kind of a framing job before. And of course, I don't want to attach stuff to the cards. I don't want to put gunk on the back. I don't want to tape them to something. So I've been trying to figure out ways to go about this. And I'm also trying to do it within a budget. Because, you can go and get yourself some real high-class wall frames and whatnot, or standing frames, but for collectible cards, but they cost myriads of money. I don't feel like that's absolutely necessary, especially when what I'm going for is quantity. The only time I ever see somebody frame that many cards up in one spot is, they get a uncut sheet of foils, from a certain online debacle. It's just fun looking at these cards because, it's like an art book. You can appreciate just checking them out for as long as you want because each one, has so much going on. It's always so funny to just look at it. I've also found that much of D. Eternity art maybe contains a bit of like an edge factor to it. Well, I love how he does goblins. He makes goblins very unique. They all look very quirky. If you see any prices that you think that are outrageous for some of these cards, just note that I'm in Canada, so much of these are very priced up. Fuck yeah, look at him. He ain't giving shit. Gameplay wise, I actually do like quite a lot of these cards. I want to put Goblin Game into one. Hannah's Custody has saved my ass way more times than I can remember. Suddenly making every artifact have Shroud changes the game up dramatically, especially in Commander. So I have almost every one of his cards. The only one I'm only missing 2 of them, is Pursuit of Knowledge, which is gameplay-wise also a really good card. I want it really badly. And then Stream of Acid. When I was getting these cards, I was not too concerned about quality, nor what set they were from. I wasn't trying to get them all from the same set. To me, qualities of cards doesn't concern me a great deal. If I have the choice, I'll get as good a condition as I can, but you know, the wear and tear of a card shows a story behind it. Same can be said for, you know, any object that you've got. Oof, man. The old text for interrupts, counters. Oof. Yeah, Noble Benefactor. This is one I really want to incorporate into a deck. Suddenly, having everyone in the game pick one card out of their library and just put it into their hand. I like Null Brooch as well, but I feel like that could have some difficulties trying to pull that off. Yeah, gameplay-wise, most of the cards he did art for range from being, you know, whatever to pretty good. I know Crop Rotation is pretty sought. But, you know, it's not like being affiliated with Moxes, I guess. Four-cost Mana Dork. Paying 2 life to regenerate whoever's enchanted is pretty cool. Squeeze, I think, is a pretty good card, actually. I want to put that in my Mizzix deck. Which is expensive, but still cool. This is one of the only cards I got that isn't of an older set. And I was okay with that, though I might try and hunt down an older version of it. The art is the concern, not the card itself. Hoping I find those last 2 cards eventually here. I don't think they're going to be too hard to find, but as is anything that is old, it's more difficult to find than isn't. It's going to be a point where Nintendos are going to be hard to find. And here's the Vanguard that he did for Takara. I have no plans to ever play Vanguard. So I'll get those put into a frame eventually. When I do, I'll upload some pictures of it. But I still have to figure out a way to do it.